Hey guys, Danny Ray, LifeTelesalesMentor.com. Just want to come to you today. I got a couple updates for you, and also I want to go ahead and talk about a service I've been using for the past 3.5 weeks that I tested out, and I'm blown away by it. And I want to share it with you guys because, again, my main focus with this channel is to advocate what I try and what works and what's successful. Me and Lisa has transitioned our business, okay? Over the course of the last handful of years, we've accumulated thousands of clients, thousands of final expense clients, okay? So we're doing a shift in our business to go ahead and, really service our books, do some cross-selling, implement annuities, critical illness, things of that nature. So we're really, I don't want to say 100% focused on that, but my attention is to that right now because, again, the power of referrals. I mean, you guys, you can literally double your business if you ask for referrals the right way every single year. Okay, as you guys know, I have a lead generating machine that I've built that works hand over fist, and so that's an asset that we have that we didn't want to ignore. Okay, and I'm not really big on bringing on tons of agents. Okay, that's not my game, my playing cards. As far as building a downline and blowing it out, and because that's a lot of work, and it takes me away from things that I actually truly love to do, and that's building relationships with clients. I opened up the agency obviously a couple of years ago, back in 2019. Very successful with it, but again, I started not enjoying myself in the business because in this business, you can't be a producer and you can't and a manager at the same time. And I tried both, and I was successful with both for a while. But then again, it just got to a point where the business wasn't being, wasn't really being. I wasn't having fun. Okay, that's really the main thing. And I love this business. I enjoy this business. I passionately enjoy doing this business every single day. Both me and my wife. Okay, so. We've reaped the rewards of success in this business on a very large scale. So I want to come to you guys today because we went ahead, and this is basically a review of A-Setters, okay, asetters.com, all right, and I'm going to get into that a little bit sooner. I'm going to share my screen in a second, but I wanted to talk to you guys because I did a lot of thinking about this, and I'm very picky, guys. I don't like to just hire anybody. I've worked with VAs in the past, and 9 times, more times than not, it just didn't work out, okay? But I got to tell you, A-Setters, Tim James, absolutely got the sickest system to put you in front of somebody that's really going to help your business, okay? About a month and a half ago, from a referral from one of the experts of the industry. Okay, again, in this industry, guys, you got to take advice from people that have done it and that know what they're talking about. You don't just take anybody's advice. All right, so I took their advice, this person's advice. Okay, and I sat down with Tim James, owner of A-Setters. And the process that they do is absolutely phenomenal. I'm actually going to probably have him on the channel one day as an interview because I think that'll be very, very valuable for you guys. All right, but let me get into it a little bit. So, I wanted to approach this in a very good way, and so in other words, me and Lisa didn't have time to really pound the phone like we used to. If we're going to focus on our book and focus on scaling our book and servicing our clients, again, we have thousands of clients. It's a very, we're very blessed and fortunate to have what we have. All right, literally a turnkey 6-figure, 7-figure business on an annual basis from what we've built over the last 4 or 5 years. Strictly final expense, not even counting my term business. Now, again, when I went into this, I was thinking to myself, all right, obviously you guys know, especially those that took the masterclass on the automation chapter, our business, me and Lisa's business, 25% of our business, probably more than that, is derived from automations. Okay, people filling out forms, links, and emails, text messages. Again, 25% of our business, which is a 6-figure income, is derived from automations. Okay. Those of you that don't implement this, I don't know what to tell you. You're really just taking money out of your pocket. But with that said, So, we have a really good, again, lead generation machine that I've built. I can hit the switch and I get as many leads as I want, as long as how much I want to spend as far as marketing. And of course, it complements SEO from our websites. So we have an endless amount of leads if we want them. But again, focusing on a book, we want to make sure that that asset that we've built is being used. So I didn't want to just do appointment setters. That's just such a watered down thing in the industry. So what I did was I wanted to go ahead and make a risk assessment. Okay, I don't want to talk to any prospects unless there's a health questionnaire filled out. Okay, and I can sit there and qualify them in seconds via toolkits, and I'm going to make a review on that after this video. Okay, an agent review of toolkits from Joe Wall. Okay, phenomenal system, by the way. Most part anyway. So I really wanted to focus on how do I get this done where it's efficient, somebody's talented doing it, they really care, and all they're doing is calling our new leads that are coming in from our ad spend, monthly ad spend, and just strictly calling them, so taking that time away from us. Remember, time efficiency is the most important thing in a business, and really focus on making those dials and finding those people that are interested, and not only interested, literally qualifying them, literally taking my SEO script, doing it right down to rates, not giving them rates, transferring the phone call or scheduling a call back. So that's how I wanted to approach this and go into this. So again, I'm going to go into A-setters in a moment. The whole process is phenomenal. How you handpick, they're pretty much a staffing firm for individuals and VAs that are in the Philippines, okay? But they heavily vet them, all right? So you get a tremendous quality, and let me tell you what I've gotten. All right, so we started about 3 weeks ago from today, okay? And that's when my VA, my lovely Sophia, who's just a rock star, man. Sorry, but she's better than most agents I speak to, really. And she's not even licensed. She's just, I don't tell her to do things. I lead her, I teach her, I give her access to mini courses of the masterclass so she can learn about, the script, right? Not just the script, but automations, mindset, properly building her foundation to get on the phone and be successful. Okay, that's what the masterclass does. It teaches agents how to be ultra successful and how to approach this business to really maximize their success on a very large scale. All right, so when we went through the interview, and I'll go into that in a second, I hired her about 3 weeks ago. All right, and the first week, she works her butt off. She loves what she does. We have a meeting every morning and a meeting at night. In between, she's part of our corporate chat. And the first week she wrote 13 health questionnaires filled out. Okay. Again, first week she's ever been on the phone. All right. Second week she did 25. The third week she did 32. All right. She creates the double. All right. And I say this because she is a tremendous asset to mine and Lisa's business now. Tremendous asset. I give her an incentive-based comp. More health questionnaires she does, the bigger her bonus, and we give her 2.5% of every deal that we write. In the Philippines, that's a lot of money. You can change somebody's life if they're making $500 to $1,000 a week. All right. So again, tremendous asset to us. All right. So going back to A-setters, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen in a moment. A-setters, again, Tim James, what he's done is absolutely phenomenal. Before this, there's a lot of watered down VA companies out there that says you VA and everything else, and they just put people in front of you and you end up wasting your money. They don't work hard, things of that nature. But what A-setters does, and Tim James and his team, okay, they look at roughly 200 VAs, okay, over a course of a couple of weeks. Okay, they vet them for you due to your criteria. Okay, they vet them to the point where they speak English fluently, great attitude, things of that nature. So, they heavily vet up to 200 VAs strictly for you. They narrow it down to 4 or 5, okay, out of the 200. All right, and then what they do is you do a Zoom call, and then those VAs basically say, you go through your script on a Zoom call with you, one after the other. Then you finally level it and you pick one. Okay, and we picked the lovely Sophia, our rock star of a risk assessment specialist. We have a lot of plans for her. She's eventually going to be managing a team. And then now, if I ever wanted to scale it out, the agency that to bring agents on, the quality agents, okay, the lead that they'll be calling would be health questionnaire direct transfers. Just the same thing that we're doing. I mean, we're writing at about a 60% closing rate right now. Okay, with those health questions on top of the business that we're writing. All right, so I mean, it's phenomenal. Okay, and I would highly recommend those of you that do a VA. And again, the teachings of the masterclass, you do the automations, you got a website, you got a brand. All right, this all works hand in hand together, guys. Okay, I highly recommend if you have all those tools together, and you have an SEO or a long form campaign via Facebook, and you can hit a switch, get leads coming in. I highly recommend it to go ahead and use a VA like we're using them. Okay, qualifying, they go through my health questionnaire, the same questions I'll ask a client on the phone, and just weeding out all the time that's wasted, right down to, I mean, some days this week she had 8 health questionnaires filled out. I mean, what would you pay for that lead? 8 to 10. If you had 10 health questionnaires filled out that wanted to speak to you, and before you spoke to them, you already narrowed down the client to the carrier, how much is that lead worth to you? How many would you close? Oh, and by the way, she's an expert at creating the double. She literally took the stuff that was in the masterclass and she implemented everything she does, and she is just kicking ass. I'll tell you, better than most of the agents that I've trained. I mean, it blows my mind. But okay, so I want to get into A setters right now, and let's get into this. All right, guys, this is A setters, okay? And again, I don't usually get behind things unless I absolutely believe in them, and I absolutely tested it, and it just works. And I always want to just try to bring value to agents, okay? But if you're ever going to go ahead and considering doing a VA, do it right. Don't just I got a VA, because you need to do it right. That's all I got to say. Or you can just go in and out. You want to find one that's really good and it just does a great job, that's vetted. These guys at A Setters, Tim James and his team, they just go ahead and they do all the work. They're a staffing company that finds this for you. Okay, it's worth every penny spent. All right, it's about $700-800 their fee to find that VA. Okay, and VAs over there that they find, they start off at about $3 an hour US. Okay, extremely affordable for what you're doing. But again, they're very, very hard workers. Okay, to me, $3 an hour is a, in my opinion, I almost feel bad paying that little bad amount. Okay, that's just me. So we build it on an incentive-based program. Okay, so again, A Setters, everything you need to know about hiring an offshore caller. Okay, I highly recommend if you guys are serious about A Setters. Okay, they do it. There's a portal that they build for you where you can upload all your training material into there. So if you ever need another VA, it's easy. So the first go around, okay, it's a process. You got to set up your Zoom as far as how you pay your VA. You got to set up your training materials that are in your personal member section of their website. So you can upload stuff, just because if you ever want to hire another one, okay, then another VA or I call them risk assessment specialists. That's the only reason why I would use them. It's very easy to bring somebody on and train them, okay, instead of just taking time out of your day. Remember, you want to do this because it's much more efficient for you. All right, so I highly recommend to rip apart this website, asetters.com. Again, I cannot stress it enough, guys. These guys, Tim James has literally built something very special here to help somebody like myself. Again, that's why I am going to go ahead and show you guys, and tell you what's working for me. And I wish I had this 4 years ago. Okay, I would probably have made 4 times the amount of money and helped four times more clients, and in the most efficient way, if I had this 4 years ago. Okay, dunk shot. I will never conduct business any other way than this right here, unless something better than this comes out. All right, so again, you're going to save money because you're not just getting somebody out there again, they vet them, meaning they know they have a good internet connection. They know the power's not going to go out. If any of you guys had VAs in the Philippines, they have an issue sometimes with their power grid. All right, so they heavily vet them. They have internet connections. They speak articulately. They're smart. Not that they're all smart, but I'm just saying, they pan choose and they pick and they narrow it down to 4 or 5 interviewers that you go on a Zoom call, and they all say your script that you want them to say. Okay, and then you pick the one that works best for you. All right, so again, you're going to save a boatload of money, all right, because the success is going to be increased so high. Okay, you're definitely going to close more. I mean, again, me and Lisa, due to these health questionnaires being filled out, we're in a 60, probably more than 60% closing rate. Okay, that means if she puts 10 of them in front of us, we're writing 6. Okay, at least. And it's only going to get better than that. All right, there'll be days where we have 100% conversion because she creates the double. Okay, she creates the double. And again, conversion, when you create the double, it increases your conversion from 30 to 50% easily just by simply asking. And she does it in such a charming, natural way. I pull her calls and I listen to them. She is phenomenal. All right. And again, it enables you to scale quicker. Okay, so I highly recommend these guys. Tim James is I mean, they got a lot of people, a lot of successful agents use these guys, man. And again, I wanted to go ahead and show you guys this because I think it's important if you want to go ahead and efficiently run your business that you put the tools in place. Okay, now again, what me and Lisa use them for, all right, again, risk assessment specialist. Again, we have a book, we have an established business. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this. We have an established business. Okay, so it's really what we're using this for is, again, we have a lead generation machine. This is all taught in the masterclass too, guys. Those of you that took the masterclass, there's agents that I know that are implementing what is taught in that masterclass. Agents like Jen B, she writes $50,000 a month or more. Okay, many agents out there writing 25 to 50,000 with the tools of the masterclass. Okay, so again, I'm teaching my risk assessment specialist everything that's in there. From as far as understanding the automation part of it, the call structure. Also, she took mindset. She's reading On Bandino every day. I sent her books. I sent her, an i7 computer with 2 screens. She's been doing all this successfully off 11-inch laptop. Okay, that open and closing tabs. I can't even imagine what she's going to do when she gets the 27-inch screens we sent her, and her i7, which she's working off an i3, okay? It's like a Commodore 64. So I can't even imagine the success she's going to do once she has 2 screens and an i7 and efficiency. So I just wanted to go ahead and share this with you guys. Highly recommend A-Setters. Okay, they're just unbelievable. I wish I would have ran into Tim James years ago to scale my business. When I first opened up my agency, if I could go back in time, I had a friend named Doc with a DeLorean with a flux capacitor, I would go back in time right now, and when I started my agency in 2019, I would have went ahead and had this type of lead generation right from the get-go. Okay, again, all your data, all your leads. Again, this is for you guys that take your business seriously, that have a lead generation that you build based off the teachings that I have, or other people. Those of you that just take your business seriously, legitimize your business. You have a brand. Your email is not, I'm a life insurance agent at gmail.com. You got a legitimate phone number. You know what I mean? You got a website. You generate your own leads. Okay, again, this is for those serious agents out there that want to scale their business and they want to focus on building and writing, cross-selling their book and really building their business, okay, to another level. All right, to have your calls being made, your leads, you're still generating leads, but also just calling health questionnaires that are filled out, people that want. So again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Go in the comments below. If you want, I can show you exactly how I trained her. If you guys are serious about this, how I trained my risk assessment specialist. Again, most of it's in the masterclass. I just gave her a handful of mini courses. And again, she's better than most agents I speak to. If she was a licensed agent, she'd write $50,000 a month, no doubt. Okay, so again, I highly recommend Ace Setters if you guys are looking to focus more on your business because you've been successful and you built a book. Okay, I highly recommend that you hire a VA, but you do it through a way where they're vetting and they're literally Ace Setters. They start off with 200, they narrow it down to 4 or 5. You jump on a Zoom call. This is over a course of a couple of weeks, so they work hard at this, and you jump on a Zoom call. You give them their script that they've basically worked on for about a day. So again, when they jump on that Zoom call, the curtains open. They got to shine. And very blessed to have Sophia, our risk assessment specialist, because again, she's having a major impact on the success of our business. So again, if you looking for a VA, stay away from the Facebook things that are blasting your thing and going into your inbox and you want a VA and everything else. I mean, Facebook it's really turned into a just garbage, really. Everything on there is so watered down. But if you want a VA, I'm telling you, I'm vouching for Ace Setters. And again, guys, I don't get anything out of this. All right, I tested them. I used them from point A, from the process, from starting with them all the way through, and now 3 weeks after. And my VA, I hate to even call that, okay, my risk assessment specialist, our team member, Sophia, has just been an absolute rock star. Better than 90% of the agents I ever worked with. Just unbelievable. And the only reason why that is because the system that Ace Setters has in place. The vetting from 200 down to the way they do it. Okay, again, she's in at 10 o'clock. She works 10 to 7, works overtime. She's just a very tenacious young lady, and we're very blessed to have her. So I just wanted to share this, guys, with you. So you guys, if you're serious about your business and you're serious about bringing on somebody that's going to be quality, okay, and very cost effective, definitely look into acesetters.com and reach out to Tim James. You won't be sorry. All right. With that being said, have a kick-ass. Hope you guys are doing great. And I'll be doing a review on toolkits shortly after this video. All right. So click subscribe on the bottom if you think any other agents can benefit from this channel. Okay. Just share it with your friends. Okay. Again, also, the AI chapter is going to be released by tomorrow night in the masterclass. Okay, so I just want to let you know that. Very hard to work on that because every day there's something new. So with that said, have a kick-ass day, guys. See ya.